organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV, hundreds of students and staff stood today in protest. We'll give you the details coming up.
And one local landmark is causing quite the scare this Halloween.
Our Sports Weekend Preview crew is back in action.
Coming up, we'll tell you where and when different Hawkeyes will be come Friday.
We've got all that and more coming up.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jeremy Meyer.
And I'm Megan Sanchez. We begin tonight with the latest on the dissatisfaction over the Board of Regents and a protest at the Board of Regents meeting here on campus Wednesday. Daily Iowan TV's Alara Bartlett has the story.
The controversy over the Board of Regents and election of new UI President Bruce Harold continues today as the Iowans defending our universities took to the streets in protest. The protest took place outside of the IMU, where a crowd of over 400 people gathered to show their support.
From our perspective, they don't represent the university in a credible way, and therefore they should resign.
Iowans Defending Our Universities was founded as a result of community dissatisfaction over how the Board of Regents conducted the presidential search. The group claims that the search was illegitimate and that
he seems to have been pre-selected, and they haven't been forthright about that.
The group also claims that the Regents held multiple secret meetings with J. Bruce Harold and ignored misrepresentations on his resume. The organization's ultimate goal is to see the Board of Regents resign. Reporting from the IMU, this is Alara Bartlett for Daily Iowan TV.
Iowa City firefighters last night spent their evening battling a house fire likely caused by a lightning strike. Firefighters were called to the scene a little after 5 o'clock last night at 623 East College Street, directly across from College Green Park. The home is owned by 80-year-old local artist Hans Breeder. The house was occupied at the time of the lightning strike, but everyone made it out safely.
A man died Tuesday after gunfire was exchanged with 2 Cedar Rapids police officers. A Cedar Rapids police report stated 2 officers and a police dog were in pursuit of a man who then allegedly opened fire. The police officers fired back and killed him. He's been identified as 21-year-old Jonathan Gossman.
UI graduate students might soon be given another reason to stay in Iowa after graduation. The UI Graduate and Professional Student Government is pushing for legislation that will give graduate students tax breaks if they live and work in the state after they finish school. Now, if the plan becomes reality, graduate students will get a 50% tax break on their income taxes unless they live in rural areas. Then it will be at 75%. The GPSG, said the plan is mutually beneficial. It will keep professionals in the area and help with student debt. They're hoping to present the plan to the Board of Regents in the next few days. Well, Megan, it's been really nice around campus the last couple days, but there's been some thunder, some lightning, so I'm not sure if that's going to stay put.
Absolutely. We've got Afe standing by in the weather studio. Afe, what can we expect the rest of the week?
Although the weather has been stormy the past few days, expect some more showers this Friday. But first, let's see what's in store for Thursday. Thursday morning will start out with a cool 50 degrees and cloudy skies. Temperatures will begin to warm up later in the afternoon to 63 degrees, and temperatures will drop to 55 degrees in the evening. Friday is going to be a rainy day, with temperatures at a high of 67 and a low of 55, so definitely dress for the weather. The rest of the week will range between high 60s and low 40s, with another thunderstorm expected next Tuesday. That's all I have for you here at the studio. Back to you guys at the desk.
An Iowa taxidermist will serve 27 months in prison after illegally buying rhinoceros horns in Oregon and bringing them here to Iowa. James Hess pled guilty to the violation of the Lacey Act. The law criminalizes, the sale of animals protected under the Endangered Species Act. After his discharge from prison, he will serve 3 years of supervised release. Black rhinos are considered critically endangered.
Vice President Joe Biden officially announced Wednesday that he will not be running for president this year, a decision that is seen to further bolster support for Hillary Clinton's position as the Democratic front-runner. There'll be two more famous faces in Iowa this weekend. Former President Bill Clinton will be in Des Moines on Saturday campaigning for his wife Hillary. They will be joined by Katy Perry, the reality pop star. She will be speaking and encouraging young voters. Now, on the other side of the coin, Republican presidential hopeful Donald Trump will be in Sioux City early next week. This is the second time Trump will be in Sioux City this year, and he'll be speaking at a local high school.
As Halloween is quickly approaching, I did some research to see what spooky sites are located in Iowa City. I learned about one legend that gave me quite a fright. Take a look. To Oakland Cemetery, it won't seem out of the ordinary. But drive a few minutes into the graveyard and you'll be stunned by what you see. The Black Angel. Standing at about 8.5 feet tall, the Black Angel serves as a memorial for a woman named Teresa and her son Nicholas. Now, when the statue was put in the early 1900s, it was originally copper. As you can see, the figure's color is where the Black Angel gets her name. Around this time of year, many teens and 20s like to head out to the Black Angel late at night. UI junior Kara Lawrence decided to take a look during the day.
We got in the car, we were right next to it, we were about to get out and go touch it, and then there was just this moment of like pure panic, and we just drove away really fast.
There are quite a few legends associated with the Black Angel. Many people head out on Halloween night to touch or kiss the angel. It's believed that if you do so,
I knew that if you touched it, you would die or something like that. Someone had told me that if you touch the Black Angel in 7 days, you'll die.
Head out to the cemetery at your own risk, but know that if you're anything like Kara, you might be running for the exit. Now, some visitors have actually damaged the statue. Some of her fingers are missing. Know that the cemetery guards will be on the lookout on Halloween night if you choose to visit.
Now, Megan, it's bye week for the football team this week, but it doesn't mean that there's still not stories about Iowa football.
Absolutely. You know, 7-0 feels pretty good. 7's my lucky number, so I'm really excited. But let's see what else is going on in the world of Hawkeye athletics. Hannah, Jordan?
Thanks, Jeremy and Megan. With Iowa being in the bye week this week, it was the perfect opportunity to see the other teams of the area get noticed.
One of those areas is Kirk Ferentz himself.
The head coach is one of the 22 coaches named to the American Heart Association Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year watch list for 2015.
This prestigious award honors excellence in college football coaching while raising funds to fight disease and stroke.
This honor for Coach Ferentz seems to be fitting perfectly with the new Kirk persona people are giving him.
I completely agree with that. Iowa is full of coaches that are constantly showing their pride for their players and their programs.
And that definitely stays true with Iowa women's basketball head coach Lisa Bluter.
Even after losing a trio of elite starters, Coach Bluter and two prominent players are excited for the season ahead. Taylor Brooks has more.
4 months after making an NCAA Sweet 16 appearance, the Iowa women's basketball team is feeling mighty, even after the Big Ten preseason polls didn't have them in the top 3.
We're a good team. Iowa's a good team, and right now we're not picked in the top 3. You know, I mean, this is a good conference, a highly competitive conference, and at the end of the day, it could be anybody's. I mean, it really could. I know Maryland is favored, but I'm telling you, the top half of this Big Ten will all be advancing to the NCAA tournament.
Lisa Bluter's team may have lost star point guard Samantha Logic, 3-point knockout Melissa Dixon, and exceptional post play from Bethany Doolittle. But captains Callie Peschel and Allie Disterhoff both bring experience to this young team.
Everybody's used to looking out on the floor and seeing those 3 seniors for the last 4 years. And so, yeah, we have a different look, but it's not a bad look. You know, I think it's a pretty good look. Allie has been here since she was a freshman. You know, she's a junior now. Just a tremendous player. Everybody knows how good she can be. As you know, the coaches all picked her in that top 10 players in this conference in the preseason poll. Callie Peschel was playing her best basketball of her career the last 6 weeks, the last 2 months of the season last year, and I see her taking off right where she left off.
Disterhoff puts this 2015-2016 season simply.
I mean, I just want to be the best player that I can be, and I want to help the team however I can. That has always been my main goal. As long as our team is winning, succeeding, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. And obviously, I want to continue to improve offensively, defensively, contribute the most I can in both areas, but really just a large goal is bringing the freshmen to speed and, just getting things together with our team because we really can do some great things this year.
As for Peschel, her humble attitude doesn't even have herself in the starting lineup because she knows how hard everyone else is working.
Having Allie and Whitney coming back in the starting lineup is going to be huge. They're great players, both on and off the court, and they're going to do a lot of really good things for us. But we have 3 starting spots that are open, and I think there's a lot of people who want to fill that role.
With 19 days till the Hawkeyes' first tip-off, there is plenty of time to figure out who fits where. Reporting from Big Ten Basketball Media Day, this has been Taylor Brooks for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
We continue our full coverage of women's basketball next week when Iowa will hold their annual Media Day on October 29th.
As fall sports are heading into the second half of their season, there will be more Big Ten play.
Absolutely, and our weekend preview crew was out earlier today. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. The University of Iowa field hockey team is quickly wrapping up their season. With only 2 games left in regular gameplay, the Hawkeyes have recorded 9 wins and 7 losses this fall. Stud defender Chandler Akers strained her MCL in last week's game against Michigan State, but she is hopeful to return back into action this weekend. The Black and Gold will travel to University Park where they will face off against the Nittany Lions this Friday, October 23rd. Over to you, Colin.
Thanks, Holly. I'm staying at Carver Hawkeye Arena, where the Iowa women's volleyball team plays number 16th ranked Wisconsin this Friday. After losing in 4 sets to Big Ten foe Northwestern this past weekend, the ladies are looking to bounce back. At 10 wins and 11 losses on the season and 0 wins in conference play, the game against the ranked batters would be a great way to get the season back on track and that first conference W. Now off to Katie Reber at the Hawkeye Soccer Complex.
After defeating the Fighting Illini in their first Big Ten win of the season, the Iowa soccer team hosts Nebraska on Friday night. This will be an interesting matchup as the Huskers have a conference record of 2-5-5, and the Hawks are 1-7-1 in Big Ten play this season. The action begins at 7 p.m. here at the Iowa Soccer Complex.
Tons of athletics competing this weekend, and we'll have the Big Ten matchups for volleyball and soccer in next week's shows.
But meet us right back here Thursday night where our pregame show is off, but instead the defensive and offensive coordinators for Iowa football talk details on the 7-0 start.
Jeremy and Megan, back to you.
Well, Megan, it's finally here. Back to the Future Day is upon us.
Absolutely. In Back to the Future 2, Marty McFly time travels to October 21st, 2015 to save his children. Now that day is finally here, and everyone on the internet seems to be talking about what he got right. Video conferencing and big screen TVs?
Absolutely.
Hoverboarding?
Not really.
And what about the World Series championship for the Cubs?
I guess it's still up for grabs.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between now and Sunday. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Jeremy Meyer.
And I'm Megan Sanchez. Go Hawks, and good night.